Peter Parker, also known as Spider-Man, was swinging through the city one evening when he noticed strange occurrences. Shadows seemed to move independently, creeping up walls and causing minor chaos throughout the streets. Car alarms blared without cause, streetlights flickered erratically, and people stumbled over their own shadows. Intrigued and concerned, Peter decided to investigate. He used his daily routine as a cover, attending classes at Midtown High, helping Aunt May, and working at the Daily Bugle. But each night, he scoured the city as Spider-Man, searching for the source of the disturbances. One night, while perched atop a skyscraper, Spider-Man's keen senses picked up a disturbance in a nearby alley. He swung down silently and observed a figure manipulating shadows, causing them to wrap around objects and move with a will of their own. The figure wore a dark, sleek costume and moved with an eerie grace, seamlessly blending into the darkness. "Hey there, Shadow Guy. What's your game?" Spider-Man called out, landing in a crouch a few feet away. The figure turned sharply, and Spider-Man could see his glowing eyes beneath the hood. "I am Shadowstrike," he hissed, "and this city will soon learn to respect my power." Spider-Man's mind raced. Shadowstrike's powers were unlike anything he had encountered before. He would need to rely on his agility and quick thinking. Respect? Causing chaos isn't exactly the way to earn it. How about we talk this out? Spider-Man suggested, his tone light but his body tensed for action. Shadowstrike responded with a flurry of shadow tendrils that lashed out toward Spider-Man. He leapt and twisted through the air, dodging the attacks. "Guess talking is off the table," he muttered, shooting webs at Shadowstrike. The webs were swallowed by the darkness before they could reach their target. The battle that ensued was intense. Shadowstrike's powers allowed him to manipulate the environment, turning the very shadows against Spider-Man. But Peter's agility and reflexes kept him one step ahead. He studied Shadowstrike's movements, looking for a pattern or a weakness. As the fight continued, Spider-Man noticed something peculiar. Shadowstrike hesitated when attacking certain areas, almost as if avoiding something. Spider-Man exploited this, driving the battle towards a narrow alley where the streetlights cast minimal shadows. "I've got to figure out what's driving this guy," Peter thought, ducking under another shadowy swipe. Maybe there's more to him than just wanting to cause trouble. In a final, desperate move, Spider-Man managed to web Shadowstrike's hands to a lamppost, immobilizing him. As he approached cautiously, he could see the fear and frustration in the villain's eyes. "Why are you doing this, Shadowstrike?" Spider-Man asked, his voice softer. "What's really going on?" Shadowstrike struggled against the webs, but eventually slumped in defeat. "You wouldn't understand," he muttered. "No one notices me. No one cares." Spider-Man's mind flashed back to his own days of feeling unnoticed and unimportant. "I think I get it," he said gently. "You're trying to make people see you. But there are better ways to get noticed than causing chaos." Shadowstrike looked up, surprised by Spider-Man's understanding tone. "Like what? I'm not good at anything else." "That's not true," Spider-Man replied. "With powers like yours, you could help people. Use the shadows to protect instead of harm. You'd be surprised how much good you can do." Over the next few weeks, Spider-Man worked with Shadowstrike, teaching him how to use his powers constructively. They patrolled the city together, stopping crimes and helping those in need. Slowly, the city began to see Shadowstrike in a new light. One night, after a particularly challenging rescue, Shadowstrike turned to Spider-Man. "Thanks, Spider-Man, for giving me a chance." Spider-Man smiled beneath his mask. "Everyone deserves a second chance. Just keep doing the right thing." As Peter Parker swung away, he felt a sense of accomplishment. He had not only stopped a villain, but had also gained an ally. And in doing so, he was reminded that sometimes, all it took to turn a foe into a friend was a little understanding and a lot of patience.